Hello there, YouTube. Uh, this isn't gonna be like all those action horror movie trailers and junk that I usually do my YouTube videos about, if you know me. So let's just launch right into it. A lot of times throughout my day, I've got a lot of different ideas that pop in and out of my brain, and I usually don't do anything with those ideas. Sometimes I try to develop them and it doesn't really go anywhere. Sometimes I try to develop them and I get something cool out of it. And then other times I just forget about it the next day. So instead of doing those things, I've decided I'm just gonna let you guys have it, and then it's just public domain, hopefully, and I'll put a timestamp on it, like stamp it no erases type thing, like Robert Murray Smith, his deal, the way he does it, like, oh, timestamped and no erases, I got it before anybody else did, whoever smelt the Delta type deal, whatever, you know what I mean? That type of thing, right? So I said it before they did type thing, so they can't come up later and try to patent it behind my back or after I invented it first, whatever. Okay, so since I don't want to write any patents or anything like that, that's not my thing. I don't want to build a business based on a patent that I try to protect. Whatever, that's a lot of work. I don't want to have to deal with that. So, anyways, um, idea number one, it's basically based off of transformer cores or generator cores or motor cores, any electrical machine that uses a ferric, um, ferromagnetic uh, based core or whatever, a metallic core or any type of core that basically has to keep the magnetic flux contained within that core for a portion or an entire section of that core in order to make the device function. And if you can contain that, and how a lot of these devices work, most of them, if not all of them, if you can contain that magnetic flux within the core for the portion of um, the core that you would like to contain it in, usually you can increase the efficiency of the thing if you can keep it contained in that core better, except for when you have an air gap or something and then you want it to have that air gap. But yeah, so my idea to increase that uh, flux, magnetic flux containment of a core is to coat the outside of the ferro, like the iron, for instance, in an iron core, um, to coat that in a layer of uh, electrical conductive material like copper or silver or any other type of um, electrically conductive material that isn't ferromagnetic, such as copper or silver, whatever. So you've got your core, you've got a layer of electrically conductive material, and then and that's it. And that should help contain your magnetic field inside that core. Now that's the basis of the idea. I'm not going to go behind the theory of why it would increase the performance of a core. I'm sure a lot of you can figure that out on your own. And if you can't figure that out on your own, I'm sorry, then this patent probably, or this idea probably isn't for you to try to develop in the first place. That being said, if you add on top of that electrically conductive layer another ferromagnetic layer, like another layer of iron, for instance, but it could be any other material that's ferromagnetic or magnetically conductive, and then another layer of electrically conductive material on top of that, you will increase this flux containment phenomenon that would be occurring. I haven't actually built anything and tested out how much improvement you could get with efficiency, but it could be worth doing. I mean, a little, like even if you just electroplated silver on the outside of your core, I mean, it could increase it an amount that it could increase the efficiency to an amount that might be desirable. I don't know. But I'm just throwing it out there as an idea that might be useful. I hope you found that informative. And oh, one other thing, I have another idea that I wanted to patent. or not patent, sorry, I keep on throwing that out there, that's a stupid word, because I'm not going to patent anything. I don't want to write the words. I don't want to go through that. That's not my thing. It's for somebody else. But yeah, it's out here for everybody, just like the last idea. Putting it out there, everybody can have it. You can develop it. You can write the patent if you want, but I mean, it's got to be for everybody, right? Everybody's got to be able to use it and do whatever they want with it. And you can't sue each other over the shit, you know, because everybody, what do they call it? Free source or whatever? Open source, yeah. All this is open source, okay? You don't even have to give me credit. I don't really care about that either, okay? It's just, okay, so this second idea is for um, a toilet so that you don't get piss splattered everywhere, okay? So, um, take it for what it is. Guys, when they take a piss, a lot of times they get piss on the toilet seat, or if they put, even if they put the toilet seat up, ladies and gentlemen, the piss still splatters on the fucking rim. So, I'm sorry, pardon my language. Okay. Anyway, so the idea is you put a electrically conductive plate on the ground at the base of the toilet, and so when the person would stand there in front of the toilet to take a piss, it'd work really good if they had bare feet at the time. It would build up a charge in their body of a voltage, let's say like negative 1,000 volts or something like that. You know, it's not gonna hurt you, whatever. It's a small voltage, you know, or well, it's a big voltage, but low amperage. You know what I mean? Like one of those uh, negative ion generators or whatever. Okay. So you'd build up a charge in your body. It doesn't have to be 1,000 volts. It could be like any charge that ends up working, right? Any voltage that works. So you build up a charge in the person that's standing there about to take a piss, right? Because they got a plate on the ground that they're standing on, giving their body voltage. And then you give the toilet a similar charge, so the same polarity. That way, when they take a piss, the piss goes into the water because it's repelled from the rim because it's the same polarity, so opposites attract and like things repel, you know. That's the theory anyway. I haven't actually tried it, but if it works the other way around, well, that's the idea that you got to patent, or that I'm free sourcing for everybody, or open source, whatever. But yeah, so the toilet would have to be made out of some material that would hold a static charge, or just sprayed with a coating that can hold a static charge, I guess. And yeah, it would have some sort of contact point, maybe a handle or something that that person would touch with their hand if they didn't want to stand barefoot on piss floor, I guess. So yeah, you just electrically charge the person, electrically charge the toilet, and boom, no more pee all over the rim of the toilet or on the toilet seat. And if you do go about trying to develop this idea, make sure you develop the one for electrically conductive poo, so you don't get poo splatter, the poo smudge on the inside of the toilet bowl. You know, that's another good one, right? It might work for that too. You never know. That's always been an issue with some of the people I know. Always leaving a smudge when they come over and visit me. It's disgusting. Nobody wants that. Okay, well, I hope you found that useful, and have a good one. How do I turn this thing off?